the good book says a man or a woman will leave his parents and cling on to his wife or the husband, and they should become one. So their beautiful memories and problems become each other's issues. So the question of the day is, would you sleep with another person to save your wife or your husband? Welcome to Trash It. And in our virtual studio with me, I've got Celia, I've got Ajike, I've got Funshaw, and I've got the man in the mask, African Jabajantis. So if you don't know these guys now, I don't know why you're here. So guys, Trashians, we want to know. I'm going to start with the men because no disrespect to you men, kind of easier to fall around without the lack of better word. So Funshaw, I will go to you. Would you sleep with another person to save your wife?
It's tough, you know.
Is it?
Why are you acting as if it's not normal level? What's wrong with you?
You know why it is tough? I know it is tough because I know you are going to put the shoe on the other leg. If you put it on just my leg, then fine, I'll sleep with the other woman to save my wife. Very easy, no complications. I don't have to think about it. But I know for a fact that you ladies want to put the shoe on the other leg. Well, I wouldn't agree.
For sure, we're not talking about the shoe on the other leg now. I just want to see how easy it is for you.
So it is very easy for me. So this is just for me to do, boo, and leave. I'm saving my wife now, Abby. Because I like my wife so much, and she will appreciate the fact that I actually saved her. So I'll just do, and I leave.
Okay. With no emotions attached.
No, there's no emotions attached. See, guys, it is easy for guys to actually do it without emotions attached. It is only ladies that start catching feelings.
Perfect. So let's now ask for the shoe that is going to be on the other feet. So be stewing on it. I'm going to go to Jabajantis. You're a man too. And Funshaw just said it's so easy. No thoughts, no apprehension. It's just going to enter the lagoon, swim, and come out.
It is easier said than done. I've found myself in that situation before. You know, I don't know if you want me to share.
Please share, yeah.
So, like Funshaw said, go easy. For the man, yeah, you can dive in, dive out. No emotions, no strings attached. For the woman, it is not that simple. In my own situation, when I was in my final year, I was struggling with the money to do my projects. You know, back home, when you're trying to graduate and you're preparing your project, you need to do binding, printing, typing, and all those things. And I was so broke. I was broker than a stockbroker. There was no dime on me. And my girlfriend that time, fine girl, very fine girl, she knew I was struggling. And there was another guy who was troubling her, who was a club guy in UI. You know, club guys, they ride cars and all these things. They flex on campus. And this guy wanted her. And this guy had money. You know, club boys, they always do deal. They will go and strike deal at home, steal something at home, sell it, bring the money to school to come and flex. So there was money. And there was another girl, you know now, side chick, for me that I wanted to see on that day as well. Because I'm not going to blame that girl. I was guilty equally. I went to see that girl to do the do. And she was looking for me everywhere, like, the money is here, the money is here, the money is here for your project. And when she finally found me, she was like, I've been looking for you all day. Where have you been to? This and that, blah, blah, blah. I was doing this because of you, this nonsense, just to get money for your project. And you were nowhere to be found. And this girl, the phone that I was using to flex, because mobile phone just came out that time, that year. The phone that I was using to flex, her dad sent it to her from America. And that phone, I used it to collect pants from another girl while she went somewhere to sleep with one guy to collect money to come and give me. You see? So I'm not going to castigate her or blame her or paint her very bad because I was equally guilty. I was with another girl, with a side chick. What I want to bring out of that is the fact that going forward, that's defined our relationship. I couldn't trust her anymore. This is a girl that till today, when I look back, I'm still like, my girl. You know, the love was strong. But the fact that I nailed her into a corner where she had to confess to me how she was able to get the money, that the guy had to sleep with her to give her the money. And it was all because of me. She was like, the guy had to sleep with me because I wanted money for you. And she was crying as she was saying it. I felt very bad. But at the same time, going forward, I couldn't trust her again. I was like, if any little thing should happen, this girl will open leg. And this is a very good girl. She's a pastor.
Let me break this to you. So we should be grateful to this girl because she actually made you graduate from UI. And you could not see beyond the fact that
No.
Well, she paid for the binding now.
If she didn't, no. I told her that day, I said, because when she saw me at the junction, she was just ranting and raking and sparking. And I was like, please, for who? Did I send you to go and collect money from anybody? You should have consulted with me or discussed it with me before you started running my race. I never sent you to go sleep with anyone. I never asked you to give me money. So why would you now come and tell me that it was because you love me so much, you now want to raise money for me? Just say you wanted to do your own thing. But it was the love. She wanted me to graduate. I didn't collect that money from her. She's not here today, but her God is here.
Okay.
Can I chip in something?
I know the women are already shaking in their boots, but guys, just hold on. Let me go back to Funsho. Funsho, go when you were going to say, because I'm going to ask you, this was someone that, it was like she was a sacrificial lamb, and you could not even respect her also?
I wanted to even respond to what Jabojantis has said. Now, if it is a relationship, it's different. If it's a marriage, it's different.
Maybe.
Relationship, I don't have a contract signed yet. So even if I don't leave her because of that, I might leave her because of something else later. So it's a different case entirely. You get? But if we are talking about my wife, she shouldn't do it. But if we are talking about relationship, if she does it, fine, I'll appreciate it. I won't judge her with that. But what I'm saying is that eventually in future, as we proceed, something else might come up that we might not be able to go on with the relationship. You get?
Auntie I.
Oh, hold on, I will cut to you before. But Funsho, you just said something now that you wouldn't like that. You said you won't be able to think about your wife in that aspect. That was before I went to Jabojantis. So you're saying that.
Let me ask him, would he have gone ahead to marry her because it was a relationship, he wasn't married yet?
I just said that relationship, even if that doesn't end the relationship, something else will come up that will end the relationship. But that
you will find something else. More like, let's put it that way. You will find something else.
You will now say
that my own is not. See, let me say why my own is different from Jabojantis. It's not as if I will not trust the lady. I will trust the lady, but I can't look past the idea of thinking how the guy kissed, smushed, caressed, had the ringtone, entered inside it. That's what I can't. I'm not saying that she'll go around sleeping around with other guys. I know ladies that won't do that. But I just can't get it from my mental head. I can't get over it that that guy actually did it. He'll come to me and tell me how he did it. No.
While you're stewing on that, let me go to the women, Celia and Ajike. Sometimes, not disrespect to women, but sometimes we bear crosses that are not ours. And if you can remember in Decent Proposal, I think it was with Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson, she kind of slept with someone because her husband needed $1 million. So, Celia, would you sleep with another person to save your husband? No boyfriend now. Given what you've heard from Jabojantis and Funsho that are representing the men folk here today. They're not a good representation.
No. Before I answer the question, Yuri, I have a question for Jabajantix. Now, are you saying that you could never trust that girl again because she didn't tell you before she did what she did? Or why do you say you can never trust her anymore?
Both. So if she had told me that she was going to do such, because she wanted to surprise me, like, boom, this is money, go do your thing, you know, just to show how much she loves me. If she had spoken to me about it, it would have been a different game. I would have been like, no. No, lie, never, don't do that. Okay. You know, it was because I wouldn't have found out, but there was no escape route because I told her, I said, this meet to God who made me. I saw my father's grave. Earlier on that day, I was trying to reach her too. I went to her house. I spoke to her friends. They said, somebody said they saw her in front of UI. Another person said they saw her in Songbu. So I used that to build a defense against her. You think I don't know where you were. I know where you were. What were you doing in UI? You were wearing this kind of clothes, Who was that guy? And I didn't see any guy.
Wow.
But I used that against her. And she was boxed into a corner. She had no choice. She had to confess. And she confessed to me that this is what happened. This is why I couldn't find her all along, that she had to do this to get the money. It wasn't her fault. She couldn't help it because she wanted to come with the money. Well, she didn't tell me how much she collected. Maybe it was big money. Maybe the little was just for myself. Maybe she had her own intentions. Maybe she wanted money for herself too. I don't know. But she came looking for me. And to be honest, I was with another girl. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. That's why I said earlier on that I'm not going to judge her or cast her for doing that because me too, I was guilty. But I never confessed to her that I was with a girl. I said I was hustling, looking for money.
So if she's watching this, she would have just found out now that you were with a girl.
Exactly. She would have only just found out now that I was with another girl that day too. But going forward, as a man, I'm not going to lie. Let us not lie to ourselves. The way men see it is not the same way women see it.
Okay.
Felicia said, I can just do it, boom, 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 and jump off. No emotions. Women too can do it, boom, 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 and slide out. No emotions. It goes both ways. She could have, all the girls doing runs, Aristo, all these things over there. No emotions. So they just want the paper. They want to collect the money and go. They will tell you.
But hold on. Before Celia answers, you said they want to collect the paper and go. That is for their own advancement. Not having to sleep with a man now to advance their supposed husbands.
They can do it crying without emotions too.
They can do it crying. Okay, let me go to the women. Celia,
let me answer my question. Sorry, because I had to clear that. Now, in a situation where, for me, first of all, my advice is women, if the man is not your husband, making such a sacrifice is an idiotic act, period. Yeah, because of people like Bidemi and Funsho, right? They don't appreciate things like that. So there's no point, okay? Bidemi, sorry, I'm just saying, because she was doing for you, you were doing for yourself. Yeah,
it's every man. It's not just both of us. No
man, exactly. Right? Okay. And then for me, if this was a situation where my husband, a man that I'm married to, the father of my children, I will do anything for my husband. I will do anything for my son. But first of all, if my husband was in a situation where we can have that communication and I can say to him, babes, we need these multi-billion dollars, pounds, or whatever to give you this treatment that will make you well. I would have that conversation with him first of all and say,
thank you.
Are you happy for me to do it with this person because they promised to give me the money? And if he says yes, I will do it bish bash bosh and get the money and get out. Okay. However, if my husband is in a coma and he cannot have that dialogue with me, it is up to me to decide if I want to give up my to save the life of my husband. And let me just throw caution to the wind here, okay? Because everybody be acting as if, oh, it's sacred, it's sacred. It's not sacred. This is the thing that people give out for free.
For free.
For nothing, right? Some married women, they give it out for free for nothing without getting anything in return. So if I give it out and it's going to save the life of my husband, why won't I do it? I will do it. If my husband is not in a position to tell me, oh, yes or no, if it's in a coma, I will do it. And you know what? As I'm doing it, it's two things in my mind, because in this life, every action has a reaction. Whatever choice you make, you'll be ready to bear the consequences. As I'm doing it, as I'm making the decision to do it, I should also be ready to accept the fact that this man might wake up and might be ungrateful and say, you should have just let me die. So for me, that would be a decision that I would say, okay, you know what? If he wakes up and he says, no, I can't take it, I can't take you back because of what you did, it's fine. As long as my son still has a father, I'm quite happy with that. Okay? I'm quite happy with that, and I'll let it go. But imagine a situation where it's armed robbers that come to your house. They have a gun to your husband's head, and they are telling you, if your husband, that they want to rape me, and then if my husband does not agree or whatever, they're gonna shoot him. See, the way I will open my leg, my husband will be wondering whether I ever wanted to have sex with an armed robber with a gun. Honestly, because I am not. If you like, let him say, oh, after that I don't want you anymore. But I know I did what I did, and I did it to save a life. Okay, because men, it's very easy for people to sleep with women anyway, so that one should not be a problem for you. Usually, so you're saying you go in and go out. You are not going in and going out. You are going to go in there and serene the whole place and enjoy it. Do you understand? So that's my take on it.
You know what? I like your analogy, Celia. So you put a thought process to it in the sense that if he's alive, it's a mutual decision, and if he's not, like he's in a coma, well, I'll make that decision, but I'm comfortable that if he comes around and be like Jabba and not be grateful, I'll move on with my life. Perfect. Now, Ajike, you're just quiet there because I know when you come in there, it's going to be Land Cruiser. What's your take on that?
Funny enough, I'm very, very much with Celia on this, honestly, because I was going to say to myself that if my life is at risk, please do and be going. And this one that I say women are emotional. I mean, the same way you can be very unemotional about it, women can be unemotional about it. I don't know why men think that they have monopoly on emotions. People know how to do anyhow. Which we can do anyhow. Anyhow, it's not for one person. Anybody can misbehave. Anybody can do like as like. So I think society that just has given us this expectation that women should be like this and men should be like this. No. There are women that don't care to have children, that don't care to have emotion, just want to be sleeping with different men and enjoying themselves. And it's not only men that should be like that. There are some women that are like that. There are some women that are like that. So for me, like I always tell people that say, you see, this life is not plenty. If it's something that anything to save myself to be alive, I will lie, I will steal, I will do anything to be alive. As long as because if your life is like Celia said, there's a gun to you, maybe to your husband. I love my husband enough to say, okay, if they put a gun to his head, I'll offer myself. As long as you understand exactly what she said, I agree with her. And I think that men should stop all this.
Blow job, anything. Yeah, so save the life of your husband.
It's only men that are this one. It's only men that are that one. It's not true. It really isn't true. We should start destroying and breaking all these stereotypes of no. I really do not agree with it. And like Celia also said, if you are not married to the man, please don't sacrifice anything. Don't go above and beyond. Don't go and be washing clothes in his house. Don't go and be cooking during salad. Don't go and be doing stupid things. Don't sacrifice yourself. Don't just do. If they marry you, when they now marry you, still have some brain inside that box, that head. Please, I agree with Celia. Everything she has said is spot on. If I can't imagine any other thing, because she has killed it. So she has killed it, she has buried it.
My question to both Ajike and Celia, and I want you guys to be objective with your thinking now. So say, for instance, you do all of this, because sometimes you guys are like defender of the universe, you're always saving men. You've done all of this. Voltron, yeah. You've done all of this. And the man say, well, I appreciate you for all you've done, but our marriage is no longer a marriage. Essentially, I'm still part of this household, but we're no longer a couple because I can't look at you as my wife.
Like we said, like I told you, like Celia said, if my own life Like now, those ones that somebody is sick, even if someone is sick, that's why I have Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I will go and meet Jesus. I'll not speak to anybody because somebody is sick. Oh. Me, I cannot do that one. I will pray to God. I go to that chapel. We'll go and use anointing oil, communion. We pray. And if God says it's time for him to go, it's time for him to go. I'm not going to sleep with anybody. No, that's the truth. Because I just believe that there are some problems that I should you not be looking at it that no, I won't do that one. But you see, this is my life. That somebody can put a gun, all those kind of things. And if you say that's the end, it's okay. It doesn't have to look at me. I saved me from shuku for the rest of my life. I'll be sleeping and looking after my children. It's not hard.
I have a question. No.
That's my own personal.
Hold on,
true.
hold on, Jagodantis. Let me go to Celia and then I'll come back to you.
So, sorry, what was your question again? Because
my question was that you've done all of this.
Okay.
And he said, essentially, I'm not divorcing you. Well, our marriage as it is no longer, because I can't look past the fact that armed robbers came, you busted it open, and I just can't go past that. What do you then do?
No, that's fine. He's divorcing me. I'm divorcing him. See, at the end of the day, right? As I said before, when I made that decision, I thought about it. It might be in a spirit. People might think, oh, she didn't even have time to think. No, lie. I had time to think. Okay, even if it was a second, because what I'm thinking about is my children that will no longer have a father if I don't open my legs. Yeah, so let's not get too emotional about sex and all those things, because if you want to, you can. But again, just look out of the box, and that's how I'm going to think in this scenario. I would open up for them.
What if you don't have kids yet?
Sorry?
What if you don't have kids yet?
If I do not have kids yet, that's a different thing. If I do not have kids yet, I might start thinking, if I'm pregnant, right? If I'm pregnant and I know I'm about to have a child, then yes, I might still open up for those armed robbers. But if I don't have a child yet, and the man is an asshole, let's even assume he's not an asshole anyway, but I don't have a child yet, I don't think I would open up for him. The reason
they can
being...
kill him off.
Sorry?
They can kill him off.
We would just be begging now. We would just be there, be saying, oh, please, we have money. We have this. Oh, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've told you they don't want money. You don't have a child for this man.
That one, they come to assassinate him now. That one is not armed robber. Armed robber came to steal. That one is assassin.
Money and
that
they
one
still
is there's one I want to give us not collect. That one is assassin. They came to assassinate two people.
Then you know what? You're at that point.
That one is
at that point, I think I would have to make an informed decision, right? Because there is still the possibility that if I open leg for the armed robbers to save his head, he's still going to leave me, and it will be easier for him to do, and he will have no ties to me ever because we don't have a child together. So really and truly, I don't think I may do it, to be honest with you. If I don't have a child for him, I don't think I would do it. It will be if I'm doing it, I'm knowing that the relationship is dead after the act. I'm just accepting that after the do, we are breaking up, the relationship is over. We are no longer in a relationship, period. And I would just look at it that I'm just doing it to save the life of my brother. That's the way I will not be looking at it. Because I'm not going to now do it for you to say, oh, you don't want me back. And then I'll not be crying and say, but I saved your life. No. Mm-hmm. So it's a decision that I would have to make. And I can make that decision within a second or two if I had to.
Okay. Jagodantis is coming.
So I have two things to say. First of all, there is going to be a flip class because of this issue of being grateful and not being grateful, And then the second one, from my extended family, their experience why they left Nigeria finally and never came back. So let us flip the class like they always do when we're doing masters. The lecturer will become the students, and we, the students, will take over and give the lecture to see how good we are in the topic. In this topic now, let us flip the story. Let's imagine that it is the man. I was the one who went to sleep with a girl, some big girl, campus girl that was riding a car just to get money for my girl. Would she have forgiven me? If you were the girlfriend in school and you found out that I went to sleep with someone just for you to pass geography or geology or to graduate because there was this lecturer who wanted to sleep with you, and if you don't sleep with the lecturer, you're going to fail. And I went to sleep with another lecturer who happened to be a woman, and she spoke to that guy, this girl is my daughter. She's my goddaughter. You can't sleep with this girl. You have to let this girl pass. Meanwhile, I have slept with that lecturer just for my girl to pass. Would she have forgiven me if she found out that I'm sleeping with that lecturer?
I can say for a fact that women are very forgiving.
Women
are very forgiving. I don't think it will be an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
no, on a more serious note, and I'm sure Celia and Ajike can chime in.
Women are very,
we are very
accommodating. Very
women
accommodating.
are very forgiving in the sense that we will not hold it against you. But for a man, I will now bring you water. That's how you say, well, that's if you didn't open your leg, you'll have been able to serve the water better. We are not that vindictive.
And I'm going to support Yuri on this and the other ladies. So if it is the other way around, I believe ladies will forgive us. The problem is with us. We, like I said, my own is not even that I won't trust the lady. I will trust the lady, but I just can't look past how that guy opened her legs to one to Shokoto, another one to Borno, and it was at the ring too, and I can't. The mental torture would just kill me.
I forgive her now. I
Hold
forgive
on,
her.
can I ask?
The problem is I couldn't look past it as well. Every time, the feeling of how that guy must have been ramming her head against the bed head won't stop coming. That's
well, you were ramming too now. You rammed
the lecturer's head too.
You just said it now. You said is the way you women see it is different from us.
Let me see. Let me answer that question, because for me, as African Jabajasi is my boyfriend, and he went to go and sleep with one lecturer so that the lecturer would go and tell another lecturer to not sleep with me. At the end of the day, right? Before he goes and does what he did with the female lecturer, he needs to discuss it with me first. Exactly. I need to be in the know. You cannot just carry yourself and go and sleep with the lecturer and then come and tell me when I'm not dead, I'm not in a coma or something. Then you will not just come and tell me that, I did it for you, baby. No, you need to discuss it with me first. It needs to be a team. It needs to be a team collaboration. Do you understand? We need to plan it. So you cannot just go and do it and expect me to just forgive you. Because then, for me, I'll be like, so how long have you been thinking about sleeping with that lecturer? Because you just jumped to the opportunity. I'm going to be your knight and shiny armor, and you went and slept with him. For me, it's not even about the fact that, you opened her legs and you did this and you kissed her. No, it's just the fact that you didn't tell me. Because let me tell you something here. There are things that might happen in a marriage, and you'll just be like, you know what? I beg, let me forget this thing. It's not that deep. Do you understand? Because I see the way some men will be going on about, Funsho, what you've been saying since, the way she rammed her and the way she opened her leg. And when you are sleeping with another woman, and is it with their legs closed? You also open their legs. The way you open a woman's leg, the way somebody else will open your leg, your wife's leg or your girlfriend's legs as well. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, we can choose to forgive things if we want to. If your husband is a very rich man and you have children for him and he went to go and sleep with somebody else, you might just say, you know what? That is what rich men do. That's how stars do. Yeah? That's what people will say. Look at Nice. The wife is still in the house, right? Nice is not even that rich anyway, but the wife is still there. Not to talk of what. Is it the one call Regina will say, you went to sleep with another woman, so I'm leaving. No, there are some things we can take, but it's us that makes the decision whether we want to take it or not. So for that act, my anger will be, you didn't tell me. I didn't know. You did it behind my back, and that's what I don't like.
Thank you.
Okay, so Celia, if he told you, you wouldn't have a problem forgetting it. That's what I'm trying to drive at.
Yes, if he told me, I wouldn't have a problem forgetting it, because I know that we made the plan together. Okay, how are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Do you have a condom? Make sure you are not going to go and deposit a sperm somewhere that 5 years later you will have one child. Do you understand? So we need to make all those plans and make if it's something I want him to go ahead with, we need to make sure our plan is watertight before you go and do it. And if it's something I don't want him to do, I'm gonna be like, no, don't do it. Let's forget it. Let's look for another way around this.
So that's the difference between a guy and a lady.
Absolutely.
No matter how much we plan it, no matter how much I'm in the know, if you do it, it is the end of the relationship. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say from the beginning. That a guy can do it and get away with it. The lady will forgive. But the lady does it.
Hold on, for sure. This is someone that is doing something to save you. It's not as if she's carrying that feet to go and
let's be factual here.
Is saved. and he knows that, yes, this is me now, I'm strong, there is power. Every time there is a little misunderstanding, even when the man is the one that is wrong, it is that sex appeal he will be using against the woman. Simple as, it's natural, it is what it is. We have to
let's be factual here. Let's be factual here. I'm just talking about.
Sorry,
Am I
Ajike,
right
1
one?
minute. Ajike, hold on. Let Funsho finish and then I'll come to you.
So let's be factual here. I'm just talking because I've been thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about this topic because
And he has not
I
even
know,
happened yet.
yeah, you know, I know it's going to save my life and all those things. But I also think of the mental torture I'm going to have for the rest of my life when I eventually heal up. You get? So I'm just thinking now about what I can take. I don't know when it eventually happens. Maybe when I'm in that situation, maybe my thoughts or what I can take will change at that point. But right now that we're not in that situation, I'm telling my wife, don't do it because it is the end.
Okay.
If she goes ahead anyway to do it, then fine. I'll thank her. I might be able to look past it, but I don't know whether I'll be able to look past it.
Okay, for sure. While we're thinking whether we want you to die or be alive, let me go to Ajike. Ajike, you were gonna say something. Yeah.
Like I said, I think we're all just wired very differently. Like now, I have a friend years ago. She's been married even way ahead of me, like almost 20 years now, her own marriage. And she told me, I don't know what we're talking about. She told me that there was a time, I don't know that, I think before she married her husband, they now sat down and they were telling each other's past. And that do I know that he told her his own, no, she told him her own. I told her, in fact, when she even started, I just put my hand on my feet, put it down. Why do you do like this? She now said that do I know that every time there's an issue, he will bring up that topic.
See, I told
they have
you.
not met, though. They have not met. These are issues of when Onikaluku was doing Onikaluku's life. Everybody was doing their own thing. So, you know, and she for once has not brought up what he told her. What he told her, you know, so I think it's just the way we are wired. We're all just, men are wired in a certain way. Women are, although some people are breaking the status quo, you know, at times there are some men are beginning to think that, oh, it's not that bad, it's not this. Some women are beginning to think, no. But for me, I think most men will do what their guardians and
Just to buttress what
men are imagine things that did not even happen. Be talking about, you know, they will think they wired you to the fan. You people were rolling up and down, you were moaning,
just to buttress what Ajike has just said.
You know, so I think for me, that is it. It's just I think men are just like that, and we are more accommodating, more forgiving, or we have been wired to think we are more accommodating and more forgiving. And men have been brought up to think that they cannot take anything that women do. A woman should have less body count, which is a lie. Explore yourself, enjoy yourself. Don't let one man don't go about telling them your body counts. And they ask you what your body counts, you have half. You don't even have one, it's half. So.
Yeah, just to buttress what Ajike has said. So I'm not proud of what I did, but I just want to just give you an example. Looking back at it now, probably I shouldn't have done what I did. So there was this lady I was dating alongside my wife. So my wife and I were in long distance relationship. So, and like I told you guys, she was untouched, and me, I had to get my freaky on somewhere else. So there was this.
Someone like you should have married an Olosho.
You are doing freaky up and down.
Someone like you.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So, like I was saying, there was this other lady I met at that period. Actually, because what my belief is that until I have that ring in my hand, I'm free to do anything. That's always my belief. Until I exchange my vows, nobody owns me. So at that point, I met this other lady, and though we've known ourselves before while we're in school, but we were just friends. So when I traveled out of Nigeria, we connected again on Facebook. Then we started talking and like that. And I like you. Maybe we can date, blah, 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 blah. And we got talking. Now, while we're talking, I don't know how we went into the body count stuff. I started telling me her experience. And I was like, okay.
So that was a turn off for you.
Yeah,
Even
and
that you have your own
the
body
problem,
count.
and the problem was I started trying to imagine how she has been doing all these things. That is even someone I'm not married to yet. The one that pissed me off of the whole thing was that she was even doing it with a married man. I was like, no way.
That's not your place to judge.
And
Not for you to judge.
that's why I'm saying that I'm not proud of what I did.
Wait, what were they doing?
That's why I'm saying I'm not proud of what I did or my decisions at that point. I was only trying to I don't know. I didn't think it well deeply. Although my current wife actually, when I compared both of them, I felt okay. I feel more comfortable with my wife, and I stood not because of the body count, but the body count was one of the things that actually put me up. Not even the body count, but the details of everything. So imagine now that I'm married. Huh?
You are the kind of man that would eat everybody else's own, but you don't want anybody to eat your own.
I know.
That's the kind of man you are.
I think it's like every man.
Be honest with you.
I hope you have a daughter. That's all I'll be shouting.
Nothing will happen to my daughter. Like alone.
Whatever your story.
Praying now.
Did I say anything will happen to her? I didn't say anything will happen to her.
Be the me.
I didn't
Whatever
say anything
your
will happen
story.
to her.
Whatever your story as a woman, never share your story with anybody, not even with female friends. I always say that on my Jagbajanti
Wait,
stage.
story or body count?
Yes, it is part of it. Your body count is your history. It's your credit rating. So
Nobody's business.
your credit rating, either you're gonna accept it or not, believe it or not, either you want to accept it or not, or we want to be in denial. Me, I will be real. I'm a man and I've got sisters and I know the upbringing we all had. See, the moment you start telling a man, oh, I dated that one, I dated this one, the man is not counting the dates, he's counting the number of sex. Now,
Okay.
imagine your babe saying, oh, I'm going to sleep with Tinubu just to take you out of your predicaments. And every day Tinubu is on your screen, boom. Every day you check newspaper, Tinubu is there. The kids are running around in the house. The next thing, somebody is running into the house with a mobile phone where they're challenging Tinubu for toll gates. And the next thing in your head is, Mama
But
baby.
Tinubu does not know you.
He has to carry my wife leg up.
But Tinubu does not know you.
He knows him. He knows her too. How can you not know that you want to sleep with this woman to give her money to help her husband? Obviously, you know them now.
I read a story on Instagram on Joro's page where this girl worked in a hotel, right? And big men come to the hotel and all of that. And there was this very rich man that comes frequently, and he became friends with the girl. The girl was a receptionist, right? And so the girl told her boyfriend about this guy, right? And the girl asked the guy and said, can you give my boyfriend a job? And the man said, yes, I can give your boyfriend a job, and this is how much he'll be earning. This will be his position. He'll have a car, a house, and all of that, but you have to sleep with me. So when the man said that, at that point, the girl was like, no, man, I ain't doing that shit. The girl now told her boyfriend that this is what the man said when she asked for the job. And the boy was angry with her and said, this is my dream job. This is something I've always wanted. This is what I've been praying to God for. So you could not sacrifice yourself for me. And
that's the sacrificial lamb that you are.
yeah, and it's that same boy tomorrow, after the woman has done what she did and the guy gets the job, that man is not going to want to know her. He's not going to want to see her. He would have just used her to get what he wanted. You know,
the boy never loves the lady.
No.
That's
Are
not
you
true
sure
though.
though?
Yeah, I agree. The boy never loved the lady. I would
because
never.
any guy that would send his girlfriend to go and sleep with another man on his behalf to get something, he doesn't love you. If the woman is doing it, let it be from her own, with her own mind, her own decision.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So let me bring you back in. So, and this, I'll start with Funshaw and Jagbajantis because obviously we're using you guys as the guinea pig here. So let's assume your missus goes to save your life and there's a mishap and pregnancy happens.
What's
What's
You have now put petrol inside fire.
Impossible.
No, that's a stupid move.
Yeah,
No.
put
Oh, you
suicide
don't
fire.
know, Celia, we've seen situations where
Things are happening
situations have happened when people have used condoms. Hold on. Condoms have ruptured and they've gone ahead to use morning after pill. And there's some children that they are witchcraft and they just want to come. Exactly. There's nothing that we've had situations where we've heard gist where children that allegedly have come out and there's Postino in their hands. Like, you want to kill me. And so what would happen would you keep this child or is abortion an option? Let me go to Jago Jantis first. Funsho is about to have a high blood pressure. So Funsho, back down. Drink water. Jago Jantis. Funsho that wants to die on a situation that's not even happened.
As she did it, the moment she finished doing it, and we're talking about the story, in that film, that was where the story ended. So we didn't even get past the stage where, the pregnancy is now showing. We didn't get there in that film. She don't go, Tete. Myself don't go. Impossible.
Hey, Bidemi, this is someone that has sacrificed herself.
Impossible. So
you can't even stay with her.
I can't even advise my partner. If I'm dying, I've lived my life. I can't advise maybe I'm saying this because I'm not on the sick bed yet. I can't advise my woman to go kill her morale, her ego, her legacy, just because she wants to save me and open her leg to somebody that will be.
Yeah, but we've gone past that bridge. I'm saying the wala has happened.
Sorry, Yori, 1 minute. Bidemi, you are saying this. What if your wife is the kind of person that gives it out anyway? So it's not a big deal.
Shebi, I did not find out, Abi. I don't know, Abi.
Yeah.
The day I find out, story has ended now.
Very simple. Very simple.
It's impossible.
You find out Kasala don't bust.
See, that is meant for you. We know we're not saying to. We know that we're very selfish. And it's black. We know that it is not right. We're doing it, but we can't stand it.
We can't take it.
Now, a woman can catch the husband with another girl at home, and they will say, "Oh, we don't want any third ear to hear about it." They will resolve it. The woman will forgive the man, and they will still be there. And people will be looking at them outside like, "Wow, this couple." Like Ajike said, Ajike was very right. Women are wired differently. A woman will forget. You girls are very correct. A woman will forgive and forget. For a man may even go to the level of forgiving, but he will never forget. But as for me, it is because myself, I'm sexually active. I'll just be thinking, that guy must have bent her over like this.
So wait, it's the act that is the problem.
That's the problem. That's the problem. The act is the problem. I've been saying it with all my mouth since. You're not getting it. I said the act is the problem.
Me and Fusha will not agree.
The act is the problem. How would I be sleeping at home? I'll be thinking of how my one leg was put to Meduguri, the other was put to Borno. You are not even, that's not even enough for you. You now bring child on top. What would they remind me all the time? I know.
I will just die of hypertension. I will just die next day.
You know what?
Okay, let me ask something before you guys die. So, both of you, that means you've never met your partner's exes.
Of course. One of
my exes. I got lucky in that aspect.
Oh, okay, yours is still rubber.
Yeah, I got lucky in that aspect.
Please. So, you've never met your wife's exes. You've not run into them at Tesco's or Waitrose or on the A13.
What are you talking?
On the A13.
I will say it to you. Maybe it's not something we should be saying, but I'll say it to you. So the ex and the previous ex are my good friends, and they share the same story. And the problem was always that, she was too deeper life kind of thing, and they couldn't. When there were other girls that were ready to give it. So she wasn't ready. They left her. This one too left. Now that she's married, those two, we met in the industry, entertainment industry, and they were like, "Oh, so you're the one that married Falaka? Oh, you're the one that married Falaka? Oh." So Falaka we used to be very close, this and that, not knowing that Falaka has told me about all of them. You get me? So And I understand why they left her. And when she met me, the approach was different. Those guys were even British.
Mm.
Nigerian British boys, they had all the papers they wanted. I was just here to study. She gave me the papers and I met Satya Roba. But
Thanks,
the way I came,
God
I
bless
was
you,
there,
Falake.
God bless you
you
for
know,
giving him
I was
paper.
there like a man that wanted to come and settle down because I was already old and they were giving me pressure at home, like, when will you marry? When will you marry? The one I wanted to bring from Nigeria was telling me, oh, the moment I get to UK, you should understand that I need to have my freedom. I need to be on my own. I need to be able to do this and that. And I'm like, we're supposed to be husband and wife. I'm bringing you to UK for a reason. And you want to be on your own. And I started thinking, okay, then, no worries. And then I met
Jantis, let me ask, Falake,
So-
we thank you so much because you're a diamond for everything you've done for my brother. But let's assume, Falake, I no disrespect to your wife because she's someone I respect a lot. What if she had slept with someone? Would you have a problem with her ex that she's had
No.
something? But you are the kind of person that they can't use pin to choke you now. You're already sparkling blood all over.
Yes, because those are two different things. Ex, I wasn't in the picture.
Okay.
Now I'm in the picture. The person I was going to marry before I met Falake that was staying here in UK, she had a child. That is when I understood clearly that I was going to be a very good stepfather. When I saw the old thing, the old setup, I said, I'll be a good stepfather. I'll marry this one. I didn't care about the previous pages, about the past stories. Let us start thinking from now, going forward. Whatever any woman has done in the past,
That's how we
that's her past. That is why they call it past. Yeah. Who is she now that we're together going forward? And I'll be loyal. But, you know, the story of boyfriend, girlfriend, knowing that this is what she did when you were dating or during your courtship, and you still want to go ahead into a marriage, looking at other stories we're hearing all over the place. It is that thought that will kill the man.
All right. Can I, a final question and then we can wrap up. Are you trying to say that people are not, their past life should still be a factor in their current life? Are you still going to be holding that against them? And I will start with the women. Celia, whatever he's done, would that be an issue with your current partner? Saying first you run into OG's ex.
No, it wouldn't be an issue. Because as I said, that was in the past. What I'm interested in is what he did from the day. Maybe from the day he asked me to be his girlfriend, basically. I think I'll take it from there. So the day you asked me to be so even though we were talking 2 months or 3 months before you asked me to be your girlfriend, the girls you were still sleeping with within that time, I'm not too concerned. But from the day you asked me to be your girlfriend, face to face, on the 28th of January 2009, girl that you slept with, or you even say hello, how is you? How are you doing? I like you. Then I have a problem with that, because then you've cheated on me, period. You cheated on me. If I know that you are asking her in a loving way, in a way that means that you're interested in her, then you've cheated on me. So I have a problem with it. And vice versa for me as well. You know, so yeah. So whatever he did before that, I don't really care.
Before I go to Ajuke, they're talking about body counts. Did OG's body count bother you at all? Celia?
Body count, well, do you know what? My husband doesn't really have a lot of body counts, funny enough, right? And I mean,
unlike Fusha, that is a murderer. It's just
it's not like I'm on the street having body count and whatnot. I don't have a lot of body counts either, but I kind of think my body count is more than his. Do you understand? And his body count is maybe like, it's not a lot. And because he lived in Germany, and all the girls that he says were always coming to him, wanted him to be their baby father, basically. You know, so he was then very careful because of that. So I would say my body count, I believe my body count is more than his. But at the same time, as I said, it doesn't really bother me. If you like, have 100. As long as your work is still working, you can still have children, then I'm fine. Let's go.
Okay. Ajuke, in closing, should Oga's ex ram into you in the streets, would that bother you?
No, I it shouldn't bother. Why should it bother me? Everybody has. I think we think we latch on too much to the past, especially in this climate. I don't know why. I don't know. People are starting afresh, are starting a new life and move on with that life. Except the person is coming back to bother you or to blackmail you or something. I don't know. So when you're dating people, don't be stupid. Don't send them notes. Don't go and tell them deep secrets or whatever it may be. I don't know what it is. I think that's what we should do. We shouldn't latch on to the past. We should just move on from there. I really don't. I'm not bothered by it anyway.
Not bothered by it. Funsho, in closing, we're very grateful that your wife is who she is, because I'm sure by now you probably will be running around the streets of where you are with guns, looking who to kill. So what is it? Why does it bother you this much that someone has that much body count, or someone has touched your wife, or they're about to move things? Why? Like Ajike and Astelia said, it's in the past. It shouldn't be creeping into your current. It shouldn't bother you, essentially. Bishop, we can't hear you.
Your mic.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. So just to clarify something. So the lady I was supposed to marry before I met my wife, that's one that the Init whatever did. She had, I think,
that same one that wronged you.
She had 1 or 2 guys before me, but I wasn't bothered, sort of. I wasn't at any point. So I really, it's not really the body count per se, although if it's getting too much, it can be an issue. But it's not really the body count, you get. But I just can't deal with seeing the ex. We cannot be friends. I don't want to know the ex. You know, by not knowing the ex, I can't imagine things. But if I see the ex, or the ex now keeps coming around, then I keep looking and start thinking of how it actually did it when they were together. You get? So it's not as if I have a problem with the body count, but I cannot be friends with the ex. I don't want to know the ex. Don't tell me about the ex. Fine, tell me, okay, this is my body count, then we'll forget about it, we'll move on. I don't have a problem with that. You get? I don't know if I'm making myself clear very well. The one I said I rejected was because in her body count actually added a married man into it. I was like, okay, that means if you are married, you can still do things. And I've always said something. What I cannot take.
I don't think so. I'm not supporting bad things. I do not think that because she dated a married man, she will date a married man when she's married. I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm just saying that, like I've always said on this show, that I can't take it, so I won't do it. So I'm trying to find a girl that would also have morals and wouldn't do that kind of thing. And that's why that one didn't work out for me.
What about the one that told the husband that there's this guy coming from back home who needs a place to stay for 2 weeks and will be going back because they need to do a course, a short, all these professional courses, only to find out later that the guy was an ex-boyfriend. How about that one?
We are still saying the same thing. I wouldn't take that at all. That's even deceit.
And that's a very a different kettle of fish, but it can happen. So, but I'm kind of confused as to why you want to do that in your matrimonial home. But we'll leave that topic for another time. It just shows how classless and class some people can be. We'll leave that for another time. And I think we've kind of trashed this to an extent. So if anyone sees Funsho on the streets, look out for him. He's not the most forgiving person. And I hope you don't need a liver or a kidney that they don't sell, that we have to go and beg madam to help you, because chances are you prefer to die before they help you. So we'll leave it as that, unless anyone has got anything else to add. No, brilliant. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me in trashing this. And then we'll look forward to see you guys next week when we bring another interesting episode to trash and sort of entertain you. Until next week, thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.